What is up, my friends? It is Monday, and so it's the Stopher Show. We're here. I'm Stopher Cavins, psychic medium. Thank you for being here. And we've got a great show. We've got 4 or 5 questions that were submitted. We are going to get into that. We're going to chit chat for a little bit. Bernicia, you forgot. What'd you forget, Bernicia? Apparently, you didn't forget because you're here. Anyway, so it's been a good week. Hope everybody's doing well. Someone had made the request that I open the door and let the dogs in, but I don't know if you can hear them barking. I thought about it. I thought about letting you see the dogs, but they are acting out of control. So probably no dog sightings tonight. All right. So we do this every Monday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. As long as I'm well, and we'll be doing this. I have you send your questions into the Stopher Show at stophercavins.com, as it says here on the ticker that is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And then I answer your questions, right? It's absolutely free. There's no need to pay for these questions. It is my understanding with Spirit that I will do this at least once a week. And yeah, so that's that. If you would like your own personal private reading with me, I do offer psychic readings, spirit mediumship readings, and also pet connection readings as well. You can go to stophercavins.com and schedule your reading right there. It's got my updated calendar. You can also do an email reading if you are not into sitting for a reading on the phone or on Zoom. Then you can just put in your 4 questions right there on my website, submit, and then 2 to 3 days later, I will email you a pre-recorded reading of your 4 questions. All right. Sorry if I'm a little distracted. The dogs are playing in the other room, which I'm happy about, but they're kind of loud. Anyway. All right. What else do I want to tell you? I am not a doctor. I am not a lawyer. I'm not anything licensed. So if you need more than just my opinion of your energy, please consult with the proper licensed professionals. All right. Let's see. Where do we want to go? You know, I was thinking this week, and I know we've got in February, for anyone that is not already signed up, I am doing a free, capital FREE, 4-week, we'll call it a workshop, we'll call it a development course. It's going to be wonderful. It is absolutely free. You can I didn't put the link. If anybody has that link, let me see if I can find it real quick. Bear with me just a moment, my friends. You know what I love? I love when my browser, for no reason, migrates to Yahoo instead of Google. You just love it. Throws me off. All right. I'm getting a link. This is happening. And of course, it's on the other account. All right. Talk amongst yourself, friends. Is it this one? Indeed. Sort of better version. All right, here's what I'm going to do because I can't find it right now. I'm going to go back here. And I am going to put it into the comments or the description later. We'll do it later. Anyway, there's a course coming up, and I wanted to discuss just some kind of basic stuff. I get called out sometimes my videos, because I make it clear that I'm not really a person that puts a lot of stock into spirit guides or ascended masters or a team of, you know, aliens or extraterrestrials. If you're a reader and that's what you do, cool. But that's not what I do. I connect with all energies. I don't decipher them as extraterrestrial or ascended master or Jesus or anything like that. Because the short answer, and the reason I don't do that, and if you disagree with this and it's not the way you work, then this is not me telling you um, that I'm right and you're wrong. Just for me, I just don't feel energy that way. That I have some kind of special connection with a master entity, and I get some kind of special attention or information that any of you can't get. I just connect with energy. It's all in the, as I like to describe, the gumbo, the bucket. And I don't give human attributes to energy, to spirit. It's a different thing. So a lot of this is semantics, but yeah, I don't have a team of like Roger and Sarah and all these different entities. It's all universal energy. It all, since the Big Bang or whatever happened, it was all put into motion, and everything that happens was supposed to happen, or it was, you know, uh, inevitably going to happen. It was always going to happen that way, right? So that's kind of when we talk about energy and how we read energy and connect with energy. It doesn't have to be a a special archangel or anything like that. If that's what you're into, then cool. That helps you kind of get along with it. But it's just like welcoming in all the feelings, all the thoughts. Even on a day to day, when you get these kind of great ideas popped in your mind. Look, that's spirit, right? When you get those gut feelings or these thoughts that just pop in, that's how the world talks to us. Doesn't have to be a grand, meeting of the angels and gods and all that. What do you guys think? You guys are quiet. I lost you. All right. Let's go into the questions. All right. We will start with Suzanne Steed writes in. And she's the one that's mentioning the dogs, and I wish I could. They're kind of quiet now. I might let them in a little bit. I really enjoy your readings. Your dogs are just beautiful. It would be nice if you let your dogs in the room with you for a few minutes so we can see them. I would like to sell my house and move more south into Ontario, Canada. Looking at Windsor area. The house needs repairs, paint, etc. Will I be able to financially do the repairs? All right, let's get into it. Now, I did not have time to kind of go into a session on these questions, so this is all happening in real time. Hi, Susan, you're here. Wonderful. Okay, so with the repairs of your home, there's a lot. There's a lot here. So it's a little bit of both, of course. I think you're going to have to be, because I'm getting like the money energy and the repairs energy, and the repairs energy and the amount and the resources that are needed do kind of feel a little heavier to me than the resources that are here currently. So it's almost a situation where there will have to be a little bit of like triage, right? Where addressing the more pressing issues. And I do want to look up. So I do feel like there is some either ceiling or roof issues as well that need to be kind of tightened up. So it is going to extend your timelines. I do have, I think we get into at least one calendar flip. So that puts us into 2026. But I think it's going to be, it feels to me like it's a situation where we have to triage the repairs, and little by little by little. I don't know that you get all of them. So you might have to be judicial as well about what gets done first. And then, but I also feel like with that, you may not need to, right? Some of it, of course, needs to be done for it to be attractive. But I'm almost getting this kind of uniqueness or unique connection with somebody that's out there, and your home. So I think you can find someone, uh, we'll call it relatively easier than you might expect, even if the home's not in perfect condition. So part of it is changing your mind frame about what that needs to look like. Anyway, I think you've got at least one, if not two, calendar flips before we get to that point. It does seem like a slow timeline right now, just because of some different things that feel like hurdles to me. But you can always move those timelines up, of course, with your free will and just work harder. Is kind of what I'm getting. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here, Nivra. Jason Ditter. Hey, Jason, how you been? My husband says, let the pups in. Okay, let me get into another question and then we'll do that. Hey, husband. Everybody say hi to Christian Delgado. He's my husband. In September, 10 years married. Wow. All right. Jennifer. Okay. I got a lot of Jennifers, and I don't know if this is which Jennifer this is, but this is Jennifer Gurley 71 is the email. All right. Hi, Stopher. Good to hear you and your family are safe from LA wildfires. I've been looking for a job for a couple of months and was hoping if you could ask your spirit guides, guiding energies, when I might be able to find a job. I've gone for a couple of interviews, but unfortunately have not been able to land anything yet, and my resources are depleting quite rapidly. The last job I was in was an awful combination of gaslighting, narcissism, and supervisors that look down on everyone. Sounds lovely, right? All right. I'm hoping for the next environment I'm in would be a bit friendlier and more accommodating. I have worked in administrative roles in law firms and then transitioned to working in medical hospitals. Can you get an idea of the time frame when I might be able to find a job, an approximate industry it's in, whether it's government or medical hospital settings? Okay, the first thing we're going to address is the environment, because I'm immediately feeling a busier environment. I don't think, and I know law firms um, can be busy, but I'm getting more of a hustle bustle. And I'm not saying it's a restaurant, but that kind of thing where there's a lot going on around you. So I do feel like we're a little bit more in the medical hospital setting where there's just a lot of different things, a lot more activity in that way. That's just the energy as I'm picking it up. So I'm pushing you more that way. All right, time frame. I'm going to put you out. And be patient, because Jennifer, I feel like there is at least one, it's almost like one more disappointment. So it's like one more interview that might feel like it went well, and I'm sure it went well, but I'm being shown that there's like one more hurdle where we have an interview that we maybe don't get the job offer, and then there's another one. So my prediction is the second interview from now is where you'll find the good fit and get an offer, right? I'm actually putting you at the end of next month here. So just right around, we'll call it 40 days, end of February. And I actually feel like the other interview that I'm saying you probably won't get, and I hope I'm wrong there, but it feels like it's a lot more on this side of the energy. So probably within like the next 2 weeks. All right. So it's just kind of boom, boom. Good luck to you. I do think also it will be a friendlier environment. Actually, it feels to me, I guess, in that kind of environment, as close as you can get to like a crew, a family kind of, it feels more like that rather than a narcissistic gaslighting. Yuck. All right. Good luck. Thanks for writing in. Let the pups in. They're quiet. I almost don't want to disturb them. All right. Next question. We just have a few more, so let's do it. How did everybody like what did we do today? The inauguration, the new president? Did everybody enjoy it? Sure, much of you probably loved it, right? All right, let's get back to this. Okay, this is from Christina with two Y's, uh, an H, an R. Okay, very interesting spelling. I love it. All right, hi, Stopher. I've been trying to get myself out there. I met someone on Hinge. Be careful. He asked for my number. I have already got bad energy. We'll call it troubly energy on this one. He asked for my number, and after I gave it to him, I got very nervous that I had given my number to a complete stranger, so I was hesitant to talk to him. I would say listen to your initial intuition. After a bit of back and forth about my nervous behavior, he told me that he was the person on his profile. Okay, so he's saying he's not a catfish. There's a red, there's a red flag. All right. Anyway, he asked me if I had WhatsApp. Here's another red flag. And that threw me off with all the scammers. So I didn't immediately respond. Anyway, after I replied, this is so interesting, that I did not have it and asked him why, he has not replied back. Was he a scammer? Will I hear from him? We had such a nice conversation, so I'm curious about whether I will hear from him. Sorry for the long email, but I wanted to give you a little bit of info. His profile name is John. That's another red flag too. It's like John. John? I don't know. Like I said, when I started reading, I just automatically connect. That's the intention I set. So it just didn't feel good to me. It does feel like there's when I get like mask, like I want to put on a mask, this tells me that there is a lot hidden. So I do believe just some of his behavior is kind of it's wonky for a reason. The WhatsApp is because this also plays into the mask, the hiding, whatever he's hiding. So I almost feel like there's a location situation that's being hidden as well. It's like, you know, if he says he's in one location or he's in your location, I think he might be sometimes, but I think there's something kind of wonky about that as well, where I don't trust the location aspect of it. Scammer, I don't know if it's scammer. I just think that there's a lot hidden. So intentions are not 100%, you know, there's some ulterior motives. Be careful. I would say if you don't hear back from him, you should be happy. I just don't love the energy. So be careful out there. Um, actually think it's interesting because I know you're trying to put yourself out there and you're on Hinge. Um, I get much more energy around you finding somebody in more of a traditional meeting or being introduced to somebody, you know, in 3D rather than the digital form. I mean, that's an energy I pick up on pretty easily, and I know you're out there trying it, but it just doesn't seem like it fits that well. So, I mean, keep trying it if you have a decent comfort level with it. But I really think if you get yourself out there, and I know it's a little bit more of a step out there in the sense of, you know, talking to people in your scope, you know, your circle of people, kind of getting that energy out there in the 3D, I think will actually find you somebody to meet through, you know, something being set up or introduction or party or whatever the case is, through work, XYZ. All right. In real life, as the kids say. What is that? In real IRL slang. All right. Oh, we're talking about the inauguration. Skipped it. Didn't watch. Okay. Um, I watched some of it. I just think it's and most of you know that I don't get too emotional about Trump or Biden or any of the politics. I think it's all kind of silly. I think it's all just like a waste of energy, really. I think it's one thing to be like kind of dialed into the issues and the challenges, but then once it gets political, you know, it's like there's fires here in LA and they're fires, right? It's a fire and it's wind. But once we start getting political with it and it's somebody's fault, it's like, what are we doing? I'm sure things could be done better. Yeah, sure. But it's kind of bizarre to me. And then this fine gentleman Trump, during his speech is just like, it's just so bizarre to me. It's very weird. So yeah, I don't hate him or anything like that. And I don't buy the whole like threat to just democracy. I mean, I think he's a threat to some norms, but yeah, whatever. He's he's wacky. I'm just happy Trump was safe today. Yeah, same, same. The rest is ditto. Didn't watch either. All right, let's see what Suzanne says. I'm also waiting for an email or reading for. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so sorry. I was going to email you today to let you know that I'm a little bit behind. I will probably do that tonight or tomorrow morning. So you will have that, Suzanne, tomorrow. Sorry for the extension there, the delay. I did receive your request. I actually got a little. It's crazy because my Google profile had been shut down. It's like a total side avenue here. My Google profile had been shut down by Google back in August of last year, which they do because I'm a business on there. When you go to like when you Google, let's say barber near me, and then it shows you like the map, so Google Maps. And so I'm on there, but I don't have since I work out of my home primarily. I don't have an address, like a physical address. But also at the same time, you can't be an completely online business, right? You have to offer in-person services. So like a plumber is in a type of service where you can go to a plumber's business and get the service, right? They have to come to you. So of course I offer in-person readings and sometimes events and that type of thing. But most of my business is done like this. Anyway, so they shut it down in August, and that's where probably half of my clientele was coming from. I immediately, the same day, submitted the request to get it reinstated. You have to like show your business documents. So I had all my LLC documents and you know electric bills or whatever the case is. Submitted that, and then and in the past that it usually only took a few days for it to be figured out, but it went on for like a couple of weeks, and then so I was getting a little nervous. And like I say, half of my clientele comes from my presence on Google. People here in the LA area that are searching for psychics and mediums, because I was showing up like second, right, on the list. So it's pretty good, especially for a city the size of Los Angeles. Anyway, so I think it was like August 21st or something like that. I got approved for my dispute, and then my profile never went active. And of course, the dashboard is locked because it's an approval. So there's no more dashboard where I can. And in Google, you can't just call Google. You can't uh, chat with anybody with Google. I mean, it's very, very difficult. So yeah, that was a struggle. Just got it reinstated. I was working with some guy from India that worked on it. He worked very, very hard on it for several months and finally got it reinstated in mid-December. So my profile's back. Business is doing better. And so and the reason I'm telling you this is because I got busier than I have been for like the past 4 months. So that's why I am still a little bit behind on the e-readings. But Suzanne, it's coming tomorrow. All right. Am I still doing the course in February? Yes, the course in February, starting the 4th. It is for anybody that didn't catch it. It is going to be a kind of like a beginner, kind of foundational. We're going to talk about all things spirit, connection, getting your mind right, all that. Claire's, we'll do a deep dive. There will be some practical. I'll keep it pretty light because in the past when I've worked on some of the more foundational courses, people tend to get really kind of tight energy around doing some of the practical, the practices, the breakout sessions, that type of thing. So I'm going to keep it light. We'll do some fun, probably group activities there. Yeah. Will I email anyone who signed up, Marty? Yes, I will. I haven't looked at the list. I've got it here. Let me see. So it looks like 10 responses. I think Niver has submitted 2. Niver is an overachiever. So we got, yeah, I will be emailing. We've got Anne and Marie, we've got Clara, G, Marnie, Ivra, Quantel, Sonia, Cass, Tony. I will be emailing everybody soon. Yep. Cool. What else? What else? What else? All right. Paul or Jen? So this is Jen writing in. Hello, Stopher. I am wondering if you see my son Cameron going to trucking school, and if so, will he have a career in driving a truck? I don't know if we should help him pay for this or not, as he is still not sure what he wants to do with his life since high school. Okay, so and I want to make clear again, the future's not written. So the short answer is he might not. But what I can tell you is where the energy is pointed now. And I do see with Cameron of course, he's, when I was younger, I was also a person that kind of had a lot of directions, right? And some of them were like half-assed, some of them were a little bit more than that. I feel like this is pretty strong. There is a connection that is a little bit, it's desire, and then it's also he feels connected to it. He feels like it's something that kind of feeds the soul, as I like to say. It's a little bit more than just that sounds cool. So I like the pull. The pull is there. I actually don't think he's going to be. This is my prediction and my opinion of the energy. There's less here about him like driving a truck, like being over the road, and a little bit more. So I do think he will. I think driving will be a big part of what he does. I also think there's like an element of like, hear me out. It's what I'm thinking of. It's like if you, let's say it was like a roadie for a music act, right? And so I'm like driving their gear to a place, and then because there's an element where I want to like take stuff off of a truck or like set up. Maybe this is some kind of production or something. So I think there's an element of like driving things and then also setting up a production of some sort. It's a little bit more hands-on. So the short answer is yes, I think there is something here. But I think it kind of molds and leads to another ancillary kind of situation adjacent to truck drive. I just doesn't feel like we're like doing the over the road thing. Okay. Sorry for all the words. Bernicia says, I am Quantel. Okay. It's a little confusing for me because it's like everybody has their stage name and then it's like the real name. Got it. Oh, and I guess the Chinese New Year is coming up on the 29th. I worked with somebody that is from China, so she was excited about the Chinese New Year. And I learned, I think I've always known that since I was born in 1977, that I'm a snake. But when I searched it today, more specifically, I am a fire snake, which I was excited about. I was excited that I'm a fire snake because I'm also a Sagittarius, so that's a fire sign, and other areas of my horoscope, I've got Aries. That's fire as well. I've got like 2 Aries. So there's a lot of fire. I'm a lot of fire, and then I'm a fire snake. So that was cool. Yeah, Monday. Wait, is it Monday? What are you saying? Jet, you forgot it was Monday? Because I think is Chinese the 29th is on Wednesday, right? It's on a Wednesday. Yeah. Marnie is a rooster. So my friend at work, she's a horse, and specifically an earth horse. Fire, a fire rooster. Yeah, it's like weird because there's like earth, and then I think there may be a wind, fire. There's a wood. Glad I'm not a wood snake. That's weird. Okay, this is kind of cool. So Bree is my middle name, and Mingo is my parrot who died. Sorry. Fire dragon. Oh, I like it. That's exciting too. It just feels like kind of intense, kind of tough. Earth horse doesn't feel that tough. And everybody's a fire. Everybody's fire, fire. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna let the dogs in, and then I think I'm gonna go eat. So I'm gonna turn the video off because I'm wearing sweatpants, and I just feel gross anyway. So bear with me. All right. Dude's here. I don't know if I can move this. It's kind of like, "Hey, mister. Say hi." Anyway, this is Dude. I think Chacho is sleeping. All right, Water Rabbit. I love it, Water Rabbit. Nivra, what's your question? I didn't receive a question from you this week, Nivra. You just want to put it in here, and I'll see if I can read on it right now. And then I'm going to. No, I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to go eat. Oh, he's good. He's a good boy. He's been pretty good. I told you last week we had the plant explosion. There were 2 plants by the door that I think they got tangled up in, and that was crazy. He does a little bit of chewing on some wood, leg of one of our pieces of furniture, and some stuff by the door. But other than that, pretty good. Hmm. Yeah, he's a good boy. I'm not used to because he's got such long legs. Our other dog is most of you have seen him, but he is an English bulldog, and he's a little short potato, right? So this guy's a completely different style. Okay, maybe I did see this. I don't know where I saw that at. Did I see that last week? Oh yeah, there it is on the 15th. Okay, sorry I missed that. All right, Stopher, I wanted to know how my upcoming marriage will go this year. It's a very complicated situation. Give me just a moment with this, Nibra. Okay, I feel immediately I get to. I always explain how the sausage is made, right? I get to. They show me like the split, which is like the middle of the year, but I feel like I'm on this side of it. I feel like I'm so June. I feel like I get to June. I don't know if this is when the actual wedding is, but it's almost like nothing's happening till June, and then we get to June, and that's when some pieces of things kind of start falling into place. And when I say falling into place, it's not like, not to say it's bad, but it's like sometimes you think falling into place, everything's like smooth. But it's almost like more pieces, more to do. So we'll call it that. We get more pieces to the puzzle that we have to kind of put in place. So I think June and July is going to be a situation where it's trying to bring all this new information, new energy together is kind of what I'm getting. I think it does. I feel like you have a good grasp. There's a lot of energy towards kind of. There's Chacho. Chacho. This is the other. This is the potato. Say hi. How are you doing? All right. So I think it can be successful. I do think the first year, or even just like right, it's almost like right after we put things together is, it does feel a little hectic. It feels like we're just trying to rope everything, tie everything up. I just feel like there's some distance. It might even be unexpected. I feel like there's some distance that we have to overcome as well. All right. But I do think, yeah, I just never, I just get a feeling of there's a lot going on. So I get the complications, but it's like there are these strings that we can pull and bring together. I think, no, but it's distance. Yeah, it is the distance as well. But I do feel like there is an opportunity to kind of bridge a gap. You know, it may not close the distance, but it can kind of close some of the challenges that the distance provides. Is kind of what I'm understanding here. I like it overall. You will have your work cut out for you, but I do like it, right? And I think that it feels to me like the distance is able to be figured out by next year. All right, so you go for it. The complications, you know, I know you know lots of things are complicated, but it it's one of these things where I do think it all pays off, right? And I would tell you, you know, you guys know me. I would tell you if I thought it was going to be a disaster. We should be together in June or July. There you go. It's like we have, you know, it's like almost like more money, more problems. So yeah, the that gets figured out, but then it's like now we have to figure out some other things. You'll have your work cut out for you, but overall, it feels good stuff. Ishika, do you have my question? I don't think so. And there was somebody, I think it was Marete, sent an email to my other email. I'm not going to answer. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm not going to answer anything that goes to the wrong email because it's like literally scrolling at the bottom like 100 times. The Stopher Show at stophercavins.com. Just email there and you'll be good. Sorry to call you out, Marete. Probably shouldn't have done that. But yeah, if it goes to the wrong email, because I get confused. I've got so much bandwidth and that's it. Ishika, where's your, I didn't get anything, I don't think. Ishika, last thing I got from you was it's the 15th. Why am I not seeing these? Okay, so Wednesday. Okay, I guess I missed some. Okay, sorry about that, guys. What was the last show I did? That would have been the 13th. All right, let's get into. I read that one. Read that one. Okay, let's go Ishika. Hope you're doing well. My question is, how do you see my crypto investments performing this year? I I like, and I don't know. I'm probably going to sound stupid. I don't know anything about really any kind of investments outside of real estate, but I like Bitcoin and crypto really, really well. And I was reading for somebody a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't know what her. I did feel like she had investments, and she confirmed that, but I didn't know what they were. And I was like, Bitcoin, and she's like, yeah, I'm in. So she does have Bitcoin, and I was like, it feels really, really good. So I did not know that she had that, and the energies were showing me that pretty strongly. So I do get that just on a general. So I think they'll do well. I think you're actually kind of always listen to your people that do this, right? If you need more than just my opinion, do that. But I almost feel like if there's opportunity to kind of put more into it or flip investments over, because I feel like I want to take this and put it into this. So excuse me, it could be good. It could be good. Let me get some water. It could be good to put some other resources in if you're seeing things work out and it feels right, and your professionals say good to go. I don't have Bitcoin. Yeah, but the crypto is also some of your crypto investments kind of, you know, I know it's the same but different or different, but it energetically it feels the same to me, and it's kind of in that same uh, energetic arena. So I think they'll be good. I mean, you're like a 30 to 45% kind of raise is what I'm understanding. All right. Now he's chewing on a bone. Let's see. What else did I skip? I think I already read that one. All right, how do you, this is from Alyssa. I don't know if I read, I'm so confused. How do you see my bathroom renovation going in February? My uncle and father are supposedly doing the work. I think I did read on this in one way or another. Uh, but specifically with the uncle and father, I don't love this as well. It feels to me like it's the communication between them you'll need to be a bit of a glue here for the communication, because it's almost like timelines can get really wonky because like, oh, I thought he was doing that, I thought he was doing that, um, XYZ. So I think they'll go, but longer timelines than you're expecting. Like could be quite a bit longer. This is why I don't let them in. All right, I think that's everything. All right, Sylvie Pan. Happy Tuesday. Did I read for that? I don't even know what I read for. I'm interviewing for 2 positions at 2 different companies based in different cities this week. Wondering if you see any offers coming in soon. Did I read for this, Sylvie? Are you here? No, I haven't. Okay. But this is gonna be the last one. I gotta go. All right, let me kick the dog out. Hey, Cheryl. Good to see you. All right. Yeah. So, Sylvie, the energy feels really nice with at least one of these. Uh, I feel like, yeah, they're kind of pulling them apart. So this tells me that we've got one that probably isn't going to be a good fit. Um, and then the other one is like you are in the running for it. You are at the very least strongly considered. Um, Putting one more person between you and like one other person. I don't think it's like a pool of like 3 or 4. I think it's so with the other one, the one that I do feel like is a good fit, feels to me like is between you and another person. So it's like a 50-50 on that one, whether you get the offer or not. I like I like you kind of beating them out or having a little bit more of a special sauce that gets you considered for an offer. So a little slower on that. I almost feel like this kind of like is a little bit slow with their decision making. So it might be a situation where you have the interview and then it goes on for like a week or two, and you don't hear and you maybe kind of give up on it. So stay in communication as much as you can, because I think there's a really good chance with one of them that you're getting an offer. I think an offer's coming. All right. I never understood the Bitcoin. I don't know anything about it. You're welcome, Suzanne. Did you see them running around acting stupid? All right. I actually like the West Coast. It feels to me like more like out my way. Assuming that LA means, yeah, because it feels a little West Coast to me. So I think you're talking about Los Angeles and not Louisiana. Jet, did I read your question? Apparently not. Yeah. Let's see. I'd like to ask if if you could look at my 22-year-old daughter and her partner's timeline on finding jobs. She just graduated from college and living back home for now. How long do you think her and her partner will be here? The partner's family lives down the street, so he's here about 90% of the time. It feels like, as much as I'm sure you love having your daughter and her boyfriend or partner, it has a real potential to get to a point where it might be a little frustrating in different ways. So I do think we have longer timelines here as well, where I don't think it's next month. I don't think it's a month after that. I actually think we get into where the weather's starting to get a little warmer. At least that's my understanding of it. So I've got this as like late spring, early summer. I'm going to put this as like May, specifically with your daughter. And it does feel like it's something that's like kind of I'm showing like kind of a bullseye. So this tells me that it is something that fits into like her degree or her area of study or area that she's trained in. All right, I gotta go, friends. Thank you for being here. I will be back next week. Whatever the day that is. I think it's the 27th. It is. Will it be in California or out of state? I feel like it's close to. I don't feel like an out of state situation. I don't feel like they're kind of pulled away. So if you're in California, it would be where you're at. It would be close, much closer to where you're at. Yep. All right, friends. Negative 35 degrees Celsius is that's too cold. Suzanne, move immediately. It's not. That's not. That can't be healthy. It's like 50 here, and I've got a parka on. Love you guys. See you next week. Take care. Don't forget to email your questions for next week.